We have all of our headers and text finished. Um, we need to start getting our images in there. So if I go back to page 1, I can also push this paragraph styles subfolder thing out or back in. Um, and then we can start to figure out where we want to lay out some of our photographs. So what we're going to do first is let's go ahead and open up our Finder. Let's go to the downloads. Let's open up the photos folder. And if you were in list mode, let's go ahead and change that to icons. Maybe that'll give us a better determination on which ones are maybe more portrait oriented and which ones are more landscape oriented. The ones that are portrait oriented, you might want to use just a full page by itself for. Um, and then, so what we can do then is you can add pages. So let's say I add a couple pages right here. And I can rearrange these pages by clicking them and dragging them and putting them where I would want. So you're not locked in on where it's at yet. So if I double click on this page right here, so this would be page 2, and I hit the letter F on the keyboard, that'll take me to the frame tool. So now let's go ahead and try to put kind of like a splash page with just one image right in here. So I'm going to click and drag, make a frame the size of the margin guide right there, that little kind of pink and purple box that's around the page. And then with it selected, so right now it's selected, we can see right here, this is what it would look like if it wasn't selected. But when I click on it, you can see those anchor points right there. And you can go ahead and then hit Command D. So Command D is our shortcut to place. And if we go to our photos and then we go to one that is portrait oriented and we hit open, and then we're going to get something like this. You can right click on this kind of image. You're technically, I think, right clicking on the frame, but then you're going to go right here to fitting, and then let's go ahead and go fill frame proportionately. And then now we kind of have that image that fits within the frame right there. So if we did that again for this page over here, and we hit F on the keyboard, and then we made another frame that size, and with it being selected, we hit Command D, and then we try to find another image that is portrait oriented. Maybe this one. And I right click on this and I go fitting, I go fill frame proportionally. So now I have this image right in here. And then, so now I kind of have a nice little combination of text and photos. What you'll notice too, especially if you look at articles online, magazines, stuff like that, you'll notice, or even textbooks, that there are images that the text will wrap around. So if I'm still on this frame tool, and let's say I want to put an image right here, I can always resize that too if I hit the letter V, and I can change that size if I need to. It's still selected, so I hit Command D, and then let's pick a different photo. So now we have this, and we notice that this image now is our image now is covering up our text. So one thing that you can do in this is you can hold Shift, and then you can click on the text box right here. So now they're both selected. And with that being selected, we notice that this right here is checked, our no text wrap. So we have one. Um, so we have one for wraparound object shape. Uh, we have one for jump object, but we might want one that wraps around the bounding box. And then you notice that it does that. Um, now we see all of our text, and then which we could, if we wanted to, if we deselect everything, then select this again, we could make this maybe the size of that, and then we could right click on this and we can go fitting, and then we could try fill frame proportionately. And now we have something like this. If we go right over here with we hit the letter F, we hit a smaller, or if we make one something like this, and then we hit Command D, we find a different photo that we wanted to use, and then we hit the right click, we go fitting, fill frame proportionately. We have something like this, and then we hold Shift and we click on that text box, and now we have something like this where it kind of wraps around the text. That can also be a nice little feature. So you're going to do a combination of these where you're going to add some photos just on a page by itself. You can also add, if we added another page and then we just kind of made multiple frames, and then we place multiple objects in there. Is another thing that you could do. And just remember, you can change the size of these frames. If we wanted, you can also right click on there, go to fitting, and then we can fill the frame proportionately. Does look like this one's already the right size. If you wanted to put an image, put this one behind, believe you should be able to go to object, arrange. You could go send backward or command left bracket like it is in Illustrator. And then this too, if you wanted to bring it, if it's not in the front, you could do command right bracket, and then that would kind of send that back and forth. You could try adding right here, like if you select one, you could try adding a drop shadow. See if you like any of that type of stuff. Looks like there's some other effects in there too. If you would like, you can clear the effects if you don't like it. Also, Command Z works as an undo in this too. And so you're going to keep on going until you have all the photos and all of your text in there. But you'll notice as you keep wrapping your text around that this little red plus will keep coming up. But again, all you do is you just click on that red plus with the selection tool, add another page, hold shift, click in the top left corner, and you'll just keep on going. The last step, I'll show you that. It will be packaging it, and then we'll talk about how you can see if there are errors or not in your process.